Hey, Jenny, are you there? I was just wondering if you really grew up in those musty old public housing apartments. I had heard that you did, but I just have to know for myself. Are you really still living in a place like that? To be honest, I have to say that I was really, really surprised to hear that that was true. I mean, I just can't imagine someone like your brother Tyler coming from a place like that. I can't even picture it if I try.
Hello, Paula. First, I'd just like to say thank you for today and all that you did. I was glad that we were finally able to see each other after having gone so long without having done so. As for where Tyler and I grew up, well, yes, it really is true that we didn't have that much money growing up and that we were living in public housing for a while.
That's crazy. I really had no idea about any of that at all. I mean, when you told me, I know that I'd heard hints about it before this, but I didn't get the full truth until today. It made me sad to think about it first, but then I realized that it's really just goes to show how far Tyler's come and how hard he's worked to get where he is in life.
Oh, yes. I really agree with you there. I think that Tyler has always been the kind of person to throw himself into his work. I remember when he was little, he was already talking about how he would want to be a lawyer when he grew up. And even though everyone told him it wouldn't be easy and that it would take a lot of work, he finally managed to find a study plan that worked for him, even if he is a bit of a late bloomer.
Should you really be calling your brother that? I mean, you're not jealous of all that Tyler has been able to do with his life, right?
Wait, what? I'm sorry. I'm not quite sure what you mean about that. What would there even be that I should be jealous of?
Oh, come on. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, Tyler studied and lived abroad. He knows many foreign languages, and he's just a really smart, successful guy. He could probably go work anywhere in the world he wanted or do any job that he felt like at this point. And now he's finally coming back home to study for law school. He is just really the cream of the crop when you think about it. I mean, he could probably do whatever he set his mind to.
Oh, I see what you mean by that. Yes, I suppose if you put it all like that, then it does make my brother sound pretty cool. And of course, I think that Tyler probably could do just about anything he tried his best at.
Oh, come on. Are you still really just not going to give it up for Tyler? You still have nitpicks to make? Honestly, for a younger sister, I would have thought that at least the thing that you and I could bond over would be talking about what an amazing older brother you have. But I guess I can understand why you might feel a little jealous at a time like this. After all, someone like you might just get left behind by Tyler one day.
Left behind by Tyler? I'm sorry, Paula. Are you trying to tell me that you think my brother is going to just abandon me one day? Because if that's what you're worried about, then I appreciate the warning, but I really don't think that's something that's going to happen.
Wow, well, someone sure is full of themselves today, aren't you? You must really think that nothing bad could ever happen to you. You're just so sure that your brother would never leave you, huh? Maybe I just don't understand since I grew up a single child and didn't have any siblings at all. So you should really just consider yourself lucky for the time that you've had with Tyler. It sounds to me like you've been able to live a pretty easy life thanks to you just being related to him.
I really wouldn't say I had an easy life next to Tyler, and I really don't think that all little sister does is idolize her older brother. I understand that you're a single child, so maybe you don't actually understand, but being siblings isn't really like that. Or at least, I never really felt the same kind of adoration that you seem to have for my brother.
I see. Well, I'm so sorry if I made any assumptions about you or your relationship. I guess it's just that when I heard the truth about where you and Tyler came from, well, I don't know. I suppose we all have our little pet peeves, isn't that right? I wasn't trying to say that you were lucky just because of who your brother is. I just mean that, well, it sure is lucky that your brother ended up the way that he did is all. Surely we can both agree on that at least, right?
I'm sorry, but am I really talking to Paula right now? I don't know, you just seem so, different from when I met you earlier. I don't know what it is, but you just seem more rude than you were when we were all together in person. And I guess that I just had this impression of you as being a little more nice.
What are you saying, Ginny? You couldn't possibly be insinuating that I'm being mean to you, right? I just know that you would never say that. But you are saying that I'm not living up to whatever idea of me that you had in your head. Is that right? I guess that you shouldn't have just assumed who I was at face value. But I think it's sad that you think I'm trying to be mean to you when all I'm doing is talking to you frankly. Can you not handle a little honesty now and then?
Well, honesty and frankness are certain things, but I know way too many people who use those words as an excuse to bully others.
Okay, let's get something straight here. You do realize that I am married to your brother, right? You and I are sisters-in-law, and I am not afraid to use my position to cut you off from your brother.
Oh, don't worry. You don't need to worry about what I was saying. I was mostly just talking to myself anyways. Anyways, I heard that you have a job and that you've decided to keep it even after getting married. But if you and my brother have kids, would you still work, or do you think you'd quit your job?
Wow, you really need to learn how to ask just a bit more subtly. It's so obvious what you're trying to get at, but I don't really see why it's any of your business if I chose to be a housewife or not. So I don't really see why you think that you can ask me something like that in the first place.
I see. So then I am going to go ahead and take that as you saying that you don't plan to keep working after you have kids with my brother. I don't see why you're making such a big deal of that, though. I mean, there's no need to hide that from me.
I'm not hiding anything from you. I just don't see why I should have to share every detail of my life with you as well. And just why do you care so much anyways? I don't see how my plans for starting a family with your brother have anything to do with you. And I know that Tyler doesn't care what I choose to do either.
Oh, really? Are you sure about that? Because I was talking with Tyler, and I remember him telling me that he was planning to ask you to keep your job, even after you two have kids. But I guess you're telling me something different now, so I just want to know what is exactly going to end up happening between the two of you when that finally does happen.
Wait a second. Are you telling me that you've already talked about this with your brother and now you're asking me about it? Not only that, but you're telling me that he told you something different from what I'm telling you? I don't really care what you think you've heard about the situation. I know that even if I do choose to quit my job, that Tyler is still going to be there to take care of me no matter what. In fact, I really don't even get why you're being so nosy into our business like this. This has nothing to do with you at all, and I really do wish that you would just butt out of what doesn't concern you.
You know, Paula, if you ask me, this whole conversation has been pretty pointless in the way that you've told me basically nothing. But don't you worry, I can always just go and talk to my brother and double check with him about all of this. Or rather, I'm going to talk to him and double check that he still really wants to stay married to a woman like you.
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh? What kind of woman am I exactly that you don't think that I'm good enough to be with your brother? You know what? I don't think that I'm the problem here at all. If anyone is, I think that it's you. You're the one asking me all these personal questions. You're the one being a nosy little creep. All I'm doing is trying to be honest with you and have a decent conversation, but you don't like my answers and you're being a bully.
And you're the one that says my brother's life isn't my business, and that you're not afraid to use your role as his future wife to try and come between the two of us.
Ginny, are you there? You and I have to have a serious conversation right this second. Please, I need to know right now, is your older brother Tyler actually going out with Paula? Is that really true?
Oh wow, Frida, I feel like I haven't heard from you in forever. Where's all this coming from? Why do you want to know if my brother is dating Paula? What's that got to do with anything?
Is it really true? I just wanted to make sure that I didn't see something wrong, but I was actually just in town earlier and I happened to see who I could swear was your brother and Paula walking down the street together. And they were holding hands and looking all coupley and stuff like that. So I just want to know, is it really true? Are those two actually going out with one another?
Wait a second. I'm a little confused here, Frida. I mean, how do you even know about Paula in the first place? I didn't realize that you two even knew each other at all.
Of course I know who she is. In fact, she really hasn't changed at all in how she looks, but she was just a couple of grades above me when I was in high school. So I didn't actually know her that well, but while we were at school together, she was known for just having a really, really nasty personality. And we were actually in some of the same sports teams, so even though we weren't friends, I had to deal with her as a team captain, and she was just the worst.
Oh, really? I had no idea that you two went to the same school or that you were on the same teams. I don't think you ever mentioned any of that to me. But I guess I should have expected that even back in high school, she was still just as nasty as she is today. We actually met up and grabbed meal for the first time in quite a while yesterday. I happened to mention to her about how Tyler and I were raised in public housing, and she then just got started being really disrespectful and looking down on us for that.
Wait a second. You two went out to get lunch together? Did you really do something like that with someone like her?
Well, I thought that it would be a good way to get to know her. And it's not like she actually mean to me while we were together in person. But after we left the restaurant, she started to text me. And that's when she said all kinds of mean things about how my brother and I were raised. But yeah, we go out together to eat as a family now and then since Paula is married to my brother.
Wait, no way. Are you serious? You mean to tell me that your brother is actually married to Paula? Oh my gosh. I think that I'm actually in shock right now. But if I can warn you just a little bit more about Paula, she really is nothing but bad news. I mean, even when we were in high school, all that she looked for in a partner were looks and money, and didn't care about anything beyond that.
You mean that even in high school she was like that? That's crazy. Why would a high schooler even be obsessed with money like that?
I told you that she had a reputation in my school. Everyone knew her as a big bully who would always try and flirt with the handsome boys. And she would always be breaking up couples by having affairs with their boyfriend. She just wasn't satisfied until she felt like she was able to make a man all hers. I mean, she would even steal some of the boyfriends of the girls who hung out with her and called her their friend. Did you know that she even got with a boy that I was dating in high school?
Wait a second. I think I remember you telling me something about that. Are you telling me that Paula's that girl from high school that you would always complain to me about? The girl who bullied you and stole your boyfriend is the exact same Paula that is married to my brother?
Oh, I forgot that I had mentioned some of these stories to you already. But yes, I think that the bully from my high school and your brother's wife are indeed the same person.
Oh, wow. Well, this is all just coming as a big shock to me. I mean, I had no idea that the world could even get this small. But what are we going to do? I mean, if my brother married your high school bully, and she's really still as bad now as she was back then, well, then what's going to happen? Because I'll be honest, I really try not to have anything to do with her if I can help it.
And I think that that is a good way to go about handling things with her, but I don't see how you're going to escape her when she's married to your brother. Maybe you can try talking to him a little bit. Tell him about how she's treated you and how this is a pattern of behavior for her. Then maybe he'll listen to you and divorce her.
I really wonder if something like that could work. I mean, I could talk to him about this, but I don't know if that will make him want to divorce her. Although, I have to say that Paula really does a good job of hiding her bad side from people when she's in public. When I first met her in person, she was very charming and nice, and I really didn't pick up on anything that was off about her at all. And well, you know how nice the house that I live in now is, right? Well, I think that she saw that, and that's why she's being so nice to me at first, but her act didn't really last much longer than that.
Well, I'm sure that whatever she did to the house was all because she sees it as hers now, but isn't the house where you live actually your parents' house? Maybe she really is trying to get the house somehow.
You mean that Paula's just pretending to be a good daughter-in-law to my parents so that she can get the house from me?
Well, I really wouldn't put something like that past a woman like Paula, if I can be honest with you.
But, I mean, maybe if I show Tyler the messages that she was sending to me after we met, it might help persuade him a little.
But man, this is really surprising. I mean, this is really a kind of clash of the worlds for me right now. By the way, does your brother still work as a manager for that huge company? Because I heard that he lived in a big condo and that he was living abroad and doing all kinds of cool things. The news about Paula is pretty surprising and sad, but it sounds to me like Tyler's worked really hard to make it in this world.
Well, my brother is a lawyer right now, so he doesn't work for any kind of company or anything like that. And as far as I knew, he isn't living in some kind of fancy condo building or anything like that either. Where did you hear any of that news from?
Well, I mean, this is just what I saw when I saw Paula on the street. It was her and a guy that looked a bit like your brother leaving a nice condo building together. And she was hanging onto his arm and they were laughing as they left the building, or at least that's what I saw anyways.
Wait a second. You're telling me that you saw Paula walk out of some apartment building holding onto some other guy's arm? Well, I think that whoever he is, it probably wasn't my brother.
But then, oh my. Well, I hope that I didn't just accidentally give you some really, really bad news right now.
Actually, I think that you might have just really, really helped me out in dealing with all of this. You've given me a lead on some information that might be worth following up on. Thank you so much for telling me about all of this, Frida. It really, really means a lot. Hey, Paula, are you there? I was just wondering about where you all were. I actually just touched down and I'm at the airport right now, but I can't see you guys.
Hold on a second. Are you telling me that you actually showed up to the airport? Oh my gosh, I can't believe that you actually came. It's not like you were even invited to be here in the first place.
Sorry? What do you mean? I am literally family of the groom. Why wouldn't I be here?
Oh, please, I know that you only came here so that you could leech off your family and score a free trip to Bali. But the only people that we invited to our amazing overseas wedding are the important family members, which means not you. You barely even count as family, to be honest. So, now that you know that nobody even wants you here, how about you just turn around and hop on a flight back home, huh?
Are you kidding me? Paula, what are you even talking about? I literally got an invitation to be here from my brother. What are you going on about? Are you sure that there's not some kind of mistake here or something like that?
Wow, are you being serious? You are just too much sometimes. Do you know that? Did you really come all this way just to try and leech off your lawyer brother? I bet that you didn't even pay for this trip. You probably asked Tyler to pay for your ticket. Did you really think that you were going to get away with this?
I literally don't even know what you're talking about. Tyler literally thanked me for making the trip out, so I don't know what this is even about.
What it's about is the fact that nobody even invited you here in the first place. I invited friends and family and all the important people who I want to be here. But I know for a fact that I did not invite some poor little nobody like you to my wedding.
Okay, you know what? This whole thing is just so stupid. I flew out all this way, but if you really want me to go back, then I will. Just know that you'll regret this.
Go ahead and try to hit me with your best shot. But I know for a fact that there isn't a single thing that a poor little loser like you is going to be able to do to me. I mean, you've never been able to make anything out of your life at all. You were raised in public housing, and all your life you've just been relying on your brother and his money to take care of you. You really are just pathetic, do you know that? How about you try growing up and taking care of your own needs for once? When are you finally going to leave your brother alone?
Did my brother tell you that? Did he tell you that he was taking care of me and providing for me this whole time?
I mean, he's told me all about how you two grew up when you were younger, and I was able to read between the lines and figure out what he was really saying. But what really let me figure out everything was the fact that you were raised in public housing. I mean, only the poorest of the poor, I'm talking the most pathetic creatures on the planet, live in a place like that. So, if you were really living there, then it's obvious that the only person who was probably bringing in any money at all for you guys was your brother, wasn't it?
Have you ever actually tried asking my brother about if any of this is true at all? Because judging from what you're saying, I'm sure that you haven't.
I don't need to bother my busy husband with such silly little questions. But he did tell me all about how you never worked an honest day in your life and how he had to do all that he could to take care of his family when he was younger.
Okay, well, if he actually said that, then it sounds to me like he was over-exaggerating greatly the role that he actually played.
I should have expected that you'd say something like that. It doesn't surprise me at all. You can't even give your brother a little bit of credit, can you? But you know what? Since you've come all this way, and now you're turning back before even leaving the airport, I think that we're just going to take this opportunity to cut all ties with you.
You know what? If you two really want to do things that way, then that is just fine with me. Enjoy the wedding.
Ginny, you have to come back here right now. I know that you can still make your flight to Bali if you try. Please, you have to come back. We'll give you a ticket and everything.
What do you want this time, Paula? Why in the world would I go back to the airport after I've already left to go back home? In fact, you were the one that told me to go home in the first place, remember?
I know, but I take back all of what I said. I need you to get back here right now so that we can go to Bali. Please, you have to come back right this second.
Yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. And if you're looking for someone to blame for that, I recommend starting with yourself. You told me that you didn't want me to be at your wedding or to have anything to do with you or my brother ever again.
I know, and I shouldn't have said that, and I'm really, really sorry that I did. So can you please just come back already? I'll apologize for everything, so please just come back so we can all go.
I really have no idea what has gotten into you, 'cause you to suddenly change your mind like this, Paula. Literally just an hour ago, you were telling me the exact opposite thing. So why should I go back? What would be the point? What makes you think I even want to go on a trip that will involve you now?
I had no idea that it's all thanks to you that Tyler was able to become a lawyer. I really had no idea at all. But when I told Tyler that I had managed to get rid of you, he completely lost it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm just glad that you finally told my brother the truth about what was going on between us. But I'm afraid that you're doing all of this way too late now. You already said that you weren't going to talk to me ever again.
But I really had no idea of the role you played in your brother's life. I thought it was amazing that he was able to become a lawyer with his background, but I never knew that you were helping him to achieve that this whole time.
Well, the way you're making it sound, it seems like my brother might not like to talk about all of that either. After all, you were saying about how he was bragging all about how he had done everything by himself. So it sounds to me like you were both lying to each other about things.
But, now that I know the truth, you have to know that I have nothing but gratitude for all that you did for him. And that's why I'm so sorry for the things that I said.
As you should be. You've been nothing but mean to me, and even to convince your parents to shun me as well.
But it's only because I thought that you and your family were all poor losers. I thought that Tyler was the only good one out of you all, so that's why I tried to keep my distance.
And I guess now you figured that Tyler might have been overselling himself to you just a little bit. When you were telling me all about what he had told you, I was wondering how long these lies of his were going to stand unchallenged. But I guess the truth just kind of has a way of making its way out, doesn't it?
But it really is all thanks to you that Tyler was able to become the man that he is today. I thought that you were just hanging around because you wanted access to my family and Tyler's money, but it's not true at all.
If you had just listened to what I was trying to tell you from the very start, you would have already figured that out. But just don't forget that you were the one working off all of these assumptions, and that you were the one that told me to turn around and go home today.
I know I said that, but I didn't know the whole truth. You can't blame me for that, right?
But I'm surprised. Are you really telling me that my brother told you nothing about the way that I helped put him through school so that he could become a lawyer?
Well, he might have mentioned something about you being there for him and all, but I thought that just meant you were giving him moral support. I didn't realize you were the one actually paying for his school.
Well, it sounds like you and Tyler both misled each other, doesn't it? I suppose in light of this, I'll have to tell the law firm I recommended Tyler to that he might not be such a great fit.
Wait, no, you can't do this to us, please. You have to know that it really was an honest mistake. I really had no idea how much you make. If I knew, then I would have never, ever said any of the things that I did to you.
And there we have it. I think I've just read about all I need to from you. It seems like I have a few calls to make, so you two have a nice life and enjoy the wedding. After that, Tyler lost his job offer at a friend of mine's law firm. Of course, Tyler knew that the reason he had lost it all was because of Paula, and so not long after the two got married, they were already filing divorce. I still wonder if Tyler ever realized that he himself had a hand to play in all of this. After all, if he had never misled Paula, then she probably wouldn't have treated me the way that she did. In all honesty, though, I don't really care at all what happens to either of them at this point. I heard that after the two of them got divorced, that Tyler went to go and live with my parents, while Paula had to go and ask an uncle if she could stay with him. I heard that he said yes on the condition that she work in his factory. It doesn't sound like a very nice life at all. But that's just the way that things worked out. I didn't have a hand in any of this besides my brother's job. I would have thought that Tyler would have been more honest about our circumstances, but I understand why he would want to brag as well. Either way, he made his own bed, and now he can lie in it. If he wants to tell people that he achieved all he did without me, then I'll just make sure he's being honest about it. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey James, are you at home right now? I just really wanted to talk to you about something if you had a quick moment to chat with me. I was just curious because I kind of wanted to talk to you about how dirty the house has been lately. Do you think that you could do something about that, please?
What? You want me to clean up the house? I can't believe that you're seriously asking me to do that. I'm pretty sure that's more your job than it is mine. Why in the world do you think I would even do something like that in the first place when I have a wife like you around to do it for me?
Well, I'm really busy with work, so I don't have time to clean the house as well. You do know how busy I am, don't you?
Oh, and you think I'm not busy. I have a job too, you know. You're not the only one who does anything around, you know.
I know that, but you know that I just tend to be busier than you, right? And it's not like I don't ever clean the house. I always make an effort to do something when I have the time. But I don't think it's fair that I should be the one doing anything around here. And so if you have some time right now, I would really appreciate it if you could help clean the house as well. I mean, you are the one making a mess all the time. You leave your clothes on the floor, don't put away dishes, leave empty cups all over the house. So I don't mind if you're going to do that, but if you could help clean up after yourself, that would be really great.
What the heck are you talking about, Rachel? You're the wife, so cleaning up the house is your job. Duh! How dare you even ask me to clean up when you should be the one doing it? Don't you have any sense in that head of yours at all?
I'm not trying to make you do anything, James. I'm only asking that you help me a little out more. I mean, I accept that I'll probably end up doing most of it anyways, but it would be really nice if you help me.
I already told you that I'm too busy with work to have time for any of that. Honestly, you think I have time to do all the housekeeping and do my job? Don't be ridiculous. If you're gonna treat me like this, then maybe I should just go and tell my mom about the kinds of things that you're saying to me.
I get that you're busy with work, James. I really do. But I'm just saying that I'm busier and I bring home more money.
Oh, there we go. The truth finally comes out. I knew that this was all about it. I work my butt off and try so hard, and it's still not enough for you because I don't make enough money. Well, excuse me.
I'm not even trying to make this about money or anything. I'm just saying that you and I both work, and I'm the only one who helps out around here. So could you please just try tidying up a little now and then? I mean, I'm really kind of reaching the limits of patience with you, James. Besides, next week is my little brother's wedding, and I have so much I need to get ready before that happens. So I just don't have time to clean right now. So please, all I'm asking is for a little bit of help around the house. Is that really so much to ask for? You really have got some nerve, young woman. Do you even realize that? Honestly, I have no idea where you even get off. I mean, are you serious? Tracy, so lovely to hear from you. I'm sorry, but I really have no idea what this could be about. Would you care to fill me in? I heard that you were going to take time off work. Is that true? Are you really going to do something like that? Because I don't remember giving you any sort of permission to do anything like that. So just who do you think you are, huh? Permission? I'm sorry, but since when do I need permission from anyone to do something like this? It's my job and my time off that I earned. So if I want to take it, I am well within my rights too. You don't really get a say in any of it. What are you talking about? I'm your mother-in-law. You should know by now that you should always run these things by me before you just go and ask for time off. I mean, did you even check to make sure that you weren't taking time off on a day when you were supposed to be cleaning? There's a schedule for the housekeeping, and if you're not going to respect that, is even the point of having it? Besides, you know that the days when you're not cleaning the house are the days that you're supposed to be going to work and earning money for us. So don't you go talking to me as if you get to make up your schedule without worrying about anyone else has to say about it. Tracy, I'm really sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about at all. Do you really think you can tell me what to do? I mean, what is it that you're wanting from me? I want you to know that right now you're being an absolutely terrible daughter-in-law. How dare you take time off work without asking me first? You have no right to just laze about, especially not without my permission. Tracy, you're being completely unreasonable, and I really just don't think I could talk to you at all like this. But I would really like it if you quit trying to boss me around, because quite frankly, I don't care what you have to say. I'm taking time off my work, and that is that. It's already done, and I won't be changing anything. But I never gave you the permission to do that. You can't just leave work without asking me. Are you seriously still harping on about this? Besides, I know you're just taking time off of work to go back to your hometown. Isn't that right? Well, also, you forgot to ask me permission for that anyways. Are you talking about my little brother's wedding? Because if you think I'm missing that for anything, then you're dead wrong. Besides, I did invite James to come along with me, but he said he would rather have malaria than go to my brother's wedding. So anyways, I was going to just go by myself. Fine then, but if you're going to go to this wedding, then it means that on another day, you have to take James and I on vacation. Wait, what? Why? That doesn't even make any sense. If you can't do this for me, then you don't have permission to go to the wedding. Got it? Tracy, you're really not making any sense to me right now. But anyways, I'm going to take time off of work and I'm going to go to my brother's wedding, and that is all I have to say on the matter. I really don't even understand why my doing this is so upsetting you in the first place. It just doesn't make sense. Because you didn't ask me for permission for any of this beforehand. I've already told you. You need to think about the family before you go and just run off like this. I mean, how selfish can someone get? What exactly was I not thinking about before making any of these plans? I still don't get the point that you're trying to make. You really just don't get it at all, do you? I'm your mother-in-law and you're not allowed to do anything without my permission. And if you even think of trying to cross me, then it will be the end for you. Got it? Right. Well, I guess I will keep that in mind for future reference. Thank you. But anyways, like I've said, the plans are already in place. I've already gotten the time off and I'm going to my brother's wedding. So I understand that you might have some complaints about it, but that isn't going to change the fact that I'm going to go. Alright then, I see that you make your mind. But don't say that I didn't warn you. I really would just like you to leave me alone more than anything, Tracy. Anyways, I have to get back to work now, so bye I guess. I can't believe it. I really thought that you would have woken up and found some sense beforehand, but you really did go to your brother's wedding. How in the world did my poor son end up with such a selfish, horrible woman? But that's okay, because as of today, you're finished, completely through. Hello again, Tracy. Just what in the world could you be talking about this time? Are you still under the impression that you can tell me how to live my life? Because I don't intend to just take order from you. I work a full-time job, I keep the house clean, I'm allowed to take some time for myself and my family now and then. I mean, I don't even understand the problem that you have with me taking time off just to go to my brother's wedding. How many times are you going to make me repeat myself, Rachel? I am upset because you did all of this without my permission first. There you go again, just ignoring what I'm completely saying and what I just said to you. Well, I don't care what else you have to say to me because as of now, you and James are no longer married. I decided that I don't need a daughter-in-law who isn't going to obey me like she should, and you taking time off of work was the last straw for me. Wait a second, are you telling me that you got James and I divorced? You can't really be serious about that, right? I am very serious. It's done and there's nothing you can do about it. I really just don't even know what to say to you. I mean, what is the matter with you? You really broke up your own son's marriage all because your daughter-in-law wouldn't become your slave and follow every word? I mean, me taking time off work, using my own PTO, really made you this upset? I don't even know what to think about that. I told you that I haven't given you my permission and yet you just went ahead and did it anyways. You don't have anyone to blame but yourself this time. I warned you over and over again that the only time you shouldn't be at work is when you're at home keeping the house clean. And now you're not at work or at home, so you really left me with no choice at all to do this. You must really be one of the most selfish women that I have ever met in my entire life. But I suppose since you've already gone and sent off the divorce papers, there is really nothing at all that can be done about it now. So whatever, fine. I give up on this whole thing anyways. There's no point in trying to talk sense into you anyways. That's right, there's nothing you can do about it. I've won and you've lost, and that's it. Wahahaha. This is what you get for running off to your little brother's wedding and ignoring what your mother-in-law has to say to you. So you don't have to bother coming home at all since you don't have a house or a husband to come back to anymore. Alright then, if that's really what you want, then I won't be coming home. Good, and I never ever want to see your face again. Do you understand me? Oh, don't worry, you won't. This honestly couldn't have happened sooner. If you really want to know how I feel about it, I'll just come over tomorrow to collect my things, and then I'll be out of yours and James' lives forever. Although I'm sure that the two of you are going to have some big change that you'll need to get used to me without there. So good luck with that. Oh please, the only things that's going to change once you're gone is how much better our lives are finally going to be. I don't need anyone but my son, and I certainly don't need some useless woman like you hanging around and dragging him down. So you're really sure that you want to do this then? I mean, you do know that James only brings up about $600 a month, don't you? Wait, what? What do you mean? That can't be right. Anyways, I guess I need to go and call some moving companies to help me get all my things from the house. But I guess I really have to thank you for finally freeing me from that dead weight that was hanging around my neck. Rachel, are you there? Please, you have to pick up the phone. I really need to talk to you. This is an emergency. Please, pick up. I don't have anything to say to you, Tracy. Not only that, but I'm at work right now and can't talk on the phone anyway. So just what is it? What could you possibly want from me now? And don't bother calling again because I won't pick up. If you want to talk to me, you can text me. Okay then, I'll just cut straight to the point. Do you think you could come and move back in with me and James, please? Wait, what? You can't actually be serious about that, right? I know that you didn't just ask me that. I realized that I may have made a few mistakes in the past. And anyways, I realized that I said some things that were wrong, and I was just hoping that you would come back here to live with us. We can just let all that bad blood that we used to have between be water under the bridge and not worry about that anymore, okay? So please come back to us? Yeah, that is going to be a very strong no from me. Thank you for the invite, though. Wait, what? What do you mean no? How can you be rejecting this? I said please. I'm saying no because I know that the only reason you want me to move back in with you both is because you're probably really behind on bills, isn't it? But if you think that I'm going to go back just because of your personal piggy bank, you have got another thing coming, because I want nothing to do with you ever again. I have no idea what you might be talking about at all, Rachel. No, actually, that would be... I'm the one who has no idea what you're talking about. I mean, you were the one that forged divorce papers and broke up James and I's wedding. So I have no idea what you're thinking begging me to come back to you. You're nothing to me now. You're not my mother-in-law, and you're certainly not something who I feel like I owe anything to. You told me that you never even wanted to see my face again, remember? But I didn't really mean that. I just made a mistake. But I hereby formally give you permission to come back home. Now you'll come back, won't you? I never used to give two hoots about your permission, and I certainly don't care at all about them now. But you're not going to get a single penny from me, got it? This is a problem for you and James to figure out, and I want nothing to do with it. But wait, you can't just leave us like this. I mean, you know that we don't have any money to take care of ourselves. And just whose fault is that for kicking me out of the house in the first place? You're trying to say that this is all my fault, but that isn't true. I mean, I didn't even do anything to you. Yes, you did. You got James and I divorced, and you kicked me out of the house. This is all your fault, and you need to accept that and the fact that I'm not going to help you. But I really didn't know that James made so little money. I mean, after you told me that, I asked him about it because I thought you were just trying to scare me, but then he said it was true. Then I told him that I submitted divorce papers for the two of you, and he totally freaked out on me. He's really scary all the time, and I can't just live with this. Well, that sounds to me like you are a problem, really. Please, I had no idea that you were actually paying for everything in the house this whole time. I thought it was James giving me spending money the whole time, but it was really coming from you. That's right, and it's been like that the whole time, but you just had no idea, and I doubt you would have believed it if I tried to convince you otherwise. But how could I ever guess something like that? That was really true. I would have no way of knowing. I tried to explain to you before, actually, multiple times in fact. But every time I did, you just called me a jealous liar. But the fact that your son barely makes any money at all, and you never bothered to ask him about it until it was too late. I didn't hide anything from you at all. You were just too dumb to do your homework before you went and kicked me out. But that isn't fair. How was I even supposed to know that was something I should have looked into in the first place? And it still doesn't change the fact that we don't have any money for ourselves. Well, I don't know what you want me to do about it. I already told you that you aren't going to get a cent from me. So don't bother asking. You were more than happy to live off my salary, and you used me to keep the house clean. And all the time, I never once got a word of gratitude. But I'm telling you that I had no idea about what the circumstances really were. And just whose fault is that? I thought that you were working so hard at cleaning the house because you knew that you didn't make enough money to be able to say anything against it. I really did think that James made more than you, and that you were trying to get him to clean the house for you on top of that. Well, now you know that it was the exact opposite, not that it's going to change anything for you, you know. In fact, James doesn't even have a full-time job. He just works part-time anyways. Wait, what? Is that really true? That's right. So the fact that he's even making that much money is honestly a miracle given how few hours he works. Anyways, I don't really see the point in carrying on this conversation any further. I've told you all that you need to know. And nothing you say is ever going to make me change my mind in a million years. So you and James can have a good time figuring this out amongst yourself. Just leave me out of it. After that, I heard that the bills continued to pile up for Tracy and James, and that soon they couldn't even afford to make payments on the house anymore, and they were kicked out. James was still furious at his mom and blamed what was happening all on her. He even stole what little money she had in her savings and ran off. Tracy had no choice but to go back to her hometown and beg her relatives to let her live with them. Except it was while Tracy was staying with her relatives that they learned that James had taken out some huge loans in her name before he ran off and disappeared. So not only did Tracy have every last penny stolen from her by her son, but he even took money from her that she didn't even have. I heard that When Tracy realized how she had been betrayed by her son and just how little James actually cared for her, that she fell into a deep depression and hardly even left the house. The debt problem was eventually cleared up because of the fraudulent nature of it. But even so, I don't think the damage it did to Tracy's heart ever recovered. As for James, I have no idea where he is right now. He fell off the map and is wanted for identity theft in connection to what he did to his mom. But whether he's been caught or is still on the run, whether he settled down and found a real job or is still a bum leeching of others, I just really have no clue at all. All I do know is that I'm glad to get rid of both of them and get on with my life without them. It was somewhat hard adjusting to being single after I went to my brother's wedding, but I talked to my family and they agreed to let me stay with them a while until I searched for a new place to live in. When I found one, I thanked my family and moved out. Now I'm able to concentrate on my work and on myself without people in my life expecting me to do everything for them.